to north. And this is now the only connection when you come to Dardanelles, the southern connection of Aegean Sea and cross the Sea of Marmara, and you are heading to Black Sea. You have to come through the Bosphorus here. You see now on your right hand side the Asian coast of Istanbul. We have told already the communication tower and the vista point with the Turkish flag and the huge mosque with 6 minarets, inaugurated 4 years ago by the current president, and the Maiden Tower, which was a custom building in ancient times. The entrance of the Bosphorus was closed by an iron chain between the tower you see on your right, 3 o'clock direction. But the current tower is from 18th century, being a lighthouse, and there was another tower on the historical peninsula, and the iron chain was stretched between those 2 towers to close the entrance of the Bosphorus. The only narrow passage between the Maiden Tower and the Asian coast, where the ships used to pass through, they had to pay the taxes for passing through the Bosphorus head to the Black Sea. So this is now here 18th century lighthouse, the Maiden Tower, and the router. So now here we are heading towards north. In front of us will be the Bosphorus Bridge, and you will see some historical buildings on European coast as we are cruising along the European coast right now. The last palace of Ottoman monarchy and the other historical buildings, for example, those two similar edifices. They used to be palaces for 2 daughters of one of the Ottoman sultans. It is used now the Academy of Fine Arts or University of Mimar Sinan. The palaces, the twin palaces, to your left now, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock direction. The background is a high-rise building, Taksim Square. And usually the sultans, the dignitaries of Ottoman monarchy, son-in-laws or daughter-in-laws, they had their mansions or palace-like edifices along the Bosphorus coast. You will see, for example, now the last palace of Ottoman monarchy on your left-hand side. When we come closer, I will tell you the details. If you look now, the hub now for public ships. The name of the district is here Kabatash. At the background of Kabatash you will see a mosque, a little bit smaller mosque, smaller than Blue Mosque of course, with 2 elegant minarets, and 1 clock tower, and the big complex is the palace, which is used as a museum nowadays. Dolma Bahçe, filled garden. They filled the sea to obtain a large space to build a palace complex for the Ottoman monarchy, which was built mid of 19th century, more in European style. And that palace complex, Dolmabahce Palace, has 285 rooms. You can see it about 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock direction on your left hand side, and 44 halls, 68 bathrooms. And for the interior decoration, it is lavishly decorated, very intricately and elaborately decorated interior of the palace, using Hereke rugs, gold, silver, and French-style furniture, chandeliers from France and from England. It was given as a gift by the Queen Victoria, weighing a chandelier about 4.5 tons with 750 bulbs. So in the garden of the palace you can see now on your left, 11 o'clock direction, that 2 elegant minarets of the mosque, clock tower, and in the garden of the palace is the Swiss Hotel Bosphorus. So those villages are belonging to Istanbul. They used to be small fishermen villages in the past. Even until 1930s and 40s, those settlements were not easy accessible by land. only public ships used to come and dock here, and people living here in those villages, they used to use those public ships to get to the downtown, the old town Istanbul. So in the former palace stable complex, you can see now one football stadium, Beşiktaş, clock tower of the palace, and the stadium of Beşiktaş, and the palace itself, Dolmabahçe, on your left, 11 o'clock direction, in town Beşiktaş almost, and we are getting closer to the Bosphorus Bridge now. There you will see two of those Bosphorus connections, bridge connections between Asia and Europe. The oldest one was constructed 1973, so it's been 50 years. 50 years of anniversary was celebrated end of October last year. We're going to sail under it, which is 64 meters high, and the suspension between two pillars of the bridge is 1,074 meters. Now you will see here the intricately decorated facade in neoclassic Baroque Rococo style. Dolmabahçe Palace. The architect of the palace complex was a member of Armenian family. We know their names as Balyan, their surname or their name Balyan, and different members of the Balyan family. They were imperial architects, many of them, and they built their edifices, public buildings or palaces for Ottoman sultans. In 19th century, this is one of them here. It was built within 5 or 7 years, Dolmabahçe Palace. Now it is used as museum. And founder of modern Turkey, Atatürk, passed away in this palace complex. And the heir apparent section of the palace complex is used as a painting museum. You will see the adjacent building, which is separated from the main block of the palace on your left hand side. We are coming now closer to the district Beşiktaş. On those settlements there are piers, landing stages for public ships. You will see also one of them.